So on Purim, we read a scroll, a separate book of the Bible, and that book is the book of Esther. But actually, many of our holidays have a book from the Bible that we're supposed to read that helps us connect with the themes of that holiday. And on Sukkot, that book is the book of Ecclesiastes, the book of Kohelet. And there are a lot of explanations that the rabbis give for why we read Kohelet, why we read Ecclesiastes on Sukkot. On Purim, the whole holiday is about the book of Esther, so we know why we read that, but Ecclesiastes is not about Sukkot. So what is the connection? And one of the things that they say is that Ecclesiastes is a book that acknowledges, in sort of a sad way, that nothing lasts forever, that the world is turning and we in it, and we age and things change and there is only right now. And that those are themes we're supposed to connect with on Sukkot. Now, the book of Ecclesiastes, like I said, it talks about it in a little bit of a sad way, a little bit maybe of a pessimistic way, in an almost what's the point of it kind of way. But Sukkot looks at it actually in a very different light. And Rabbi Greenstein mentioned it as he was speaking earlier tonight. The idea that the world is turning and that we change and grow and we age and there is only right now is actually one of the things that Judaism loves and embraces most about the world. We all know when we're eating a sucker, when we're eating a lollipop, that it's really, really great, but it gets smaller and smaller as we eat it, and eventually it's going to be gone. It doesn't make us not enjoy eating it. In fact, it might make us enjoy eating it even more. When we get onto a carousel and we get on one of those ponies and we ride around in a circle, we know that ride's not going to last forever, and so every turn is almost magical. At least it is for me when I'm at the zoo, because we know that we only get a few. And it's the consciousness of that that actually makes us enjoy it more. Whether it's when we go to camp, and Anna, our director of our camp, is here, and Nadav, our director of operations of our camp, is here, and they know this better than anyone, but when we go to camp, we know we don't get to live at camp. Unless you're Anna and Nadav, you don't get to live at camp. And so every second at camp has magic in it, has potential in it. It is so sweet and so meaningful. We're open to those moments because we know they don't last forever. Those days that we know are the last with somebody we love, they have meaning that we couldn't possibly fathom when we look at an endless horizon. Those finite elements of life actually make life sweeter. Judaism says, and Sukkot says, when you know something is going to end, it's going to make you live better. It's going to make you live happier. That's why we build a sukkah that we're going to take down. I see a few people here who helped build the sukkah. If you helped build the sukkah, will you put your hand up? I see one. There are a few of us here who helped build the sukkah, and we knew with every nail that we hammered and every piece of wood that we schlepped and every magnolia branch we cut down, it's all coming down next week. It doesn't last forever, but it makes the building of it take on a new texture, a new meaning because of the finite nature of it. Building the sukkah, making the decorations for it, making it beautiful, eating in it, and then taking it all down is all an exercise in saying, we get it. We know it doesn't last forever. And that has to be a motivating force in our lives. Judaism sees our lives like a circle. That's why we eat around challah at Rosh Hashanah, because we're most aware of the circular nature of our lives at the new year. Our holidays come along like a growth chart. If you stand against a wall and you draw a little piece of chalk, and then you go away for a while and you come back and you measure, that's the way you see that you've changed. That's the way Judaism says we should look at our holidays. Every time it comes, we are able to look at it and see how much we've grown. And we get this fixed point every year to decide when we go out and we make ourselves build something that's finite, to ask ourselves, do I pay enough attention to things that are ending? Do I pay enough attention to things that are finite? A lot of sad things happened this week. Looking around this sanctuary, I know there are people here who experienced tremendous personal losses this week. There are catastrophic losses that we all watched and experienced this week as a global community. And Sukkot tells us a few lessons about really sad things. The first is when we're standing out there in nature, in a rickety booth that we nailed and hammered together with leaves above us that we cut ourselves, we know that there are some sad things that we can fix and some sad things that we can stop and some things we can't. We cannot stop a rainstorm from coming and washing away our sukkah. We can't. No matter how strong we build the sukkah, if the storm is stronger, there's nothing we can do. We can stop violence against people if we really try. We can't stop a sickness from infecting us or someone we love, but we can stop the loneliness and isolation that comes with being sick or hurting. And we can really distinguish those, and Sukkot tells us we have to. That's an important job of ours. Another thing that Sukkot tells us about sad things. The best way to respond to a sad event, to a sad thing, is to build a Sukkot Shalom, a shelter of peace over the ones who are hurting. Sometimes that means building that rickety booth that I hope everybody will have a chance to see, where people can join together and be. And sometimes that means being that shelter. Sometimes it means being a sukkah, building it with our love, with our support, with our commitment to make things better. Those are ways we can respond to sad things. And finally, a sukkah doesn't last forever, and neither do we. But when it is our turn, and it's all of our turns, because here we are, taking in this day of Shabbat Sukkot, we take this lulav like we're taking a baton in a relay, and we shake it, and we pray for a good year, and we do everything we can to make that good year happen, to make that harvest come to pass, and then we make sure to pass this on, passing our baton, passing our lulav, because we are each a part of a team in this world that is always turning. And our lives will feel the echo of each of us doing our part if we grasp it strongly and we shake it where people can hear it and we pass it on. That is how we live forever. That is how our care, our love, and concern, the sukkahs we build with our lives, that's how they live forever too. We would like to end this moment of Drash with a song tonight that we hope that you'll sing, because the most famous passage from Ecclesiastes is, of course, that passage about turning and time passing. Is this the right one? Yeah. And we're not going to sing turn, 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 but unless you're disappointed, in which case we will. But we do want to share another song with you that is about the idea that it is not only turning and time passing, but also that it is, in many ways, our turn. With each turn that the world takes, we have an opportunity to make it stronger and better. So I'll share this first verse with you, and by the end, hopefully, we can sing it together. It just repeats itself, but with a chance to grow and learn with each verse. Let us sing this song for the turning of the world, that we may turn as one. With every voice, with every song, we will move this world along, and our lives will feel the echo of our turning. With every voice, with every song, oh, we will along, and our lives will feel the echo of our turning.
Let us sing this song for the healing of the world, that we may heal as one. With every voice, every song, we will move this world along, and our lives will feel the echo of our turning. With every voice, join with us. With every voice,
With every song,
with every song,
we will move.
Oh, we will move this world along.
With every voice,
With every voice, with every song, we will move this world along, and our lives will feel the echo of our healing.
with our dreaming this time.
Let us sing this song for the dreaming of the world, that we may dream as one. With every voice, with every voice, with every song, we will move this world along, and our lives will feel the echo of our dreaming. With every voice, with every voice, with every song, oh, we will move this world along. With every voice, with every song, we will move this world along, and our lives will feel the echo of our dreaming.
And this time with our loving.
Let us sing this song for the loving of the world, that we may love as one. With every voice, with every voice, with every song, we will move this world along, and our lives will feel the echo of our love. With every voice, with every song, oh, we will move this world along. With every voice, with every song, we will move this world along, and our lives will feel the echo of our loving, dreaming, and our lives will feel the echo of our dream, healing, and our lives will feel the echo of our dream,
And our turning.
and our lives will feel the echo of our turning.
Can you hear that sound?